Koko Suomen kansa oli mukana sodan toiminnoissa. Kotirintamalla koettiin yhtä lailla kuin rintamallakin pelkoa, kauhua, surua ja murhetta ja myöskin puutetta. Siellä naiset, vanhukset ja lapset hoitelivat omia tehtäviänsä ja täyttivät ne paikat, missä miehet olivat tehneet tehtävänsä aikaisemmin. Näin koko Suomen kansa oli yhteisellä asialla. Kotirintama työtä tehden ja rintamalla miehet taistellen. Yhteisvoimin kestettiin ja säilyi se, mikä oli kaikkein tärkeintä, säilyi Suomen itsenäisyys.
From the very first day, the war instilled fear on the home front, as after all, the enemy's heavy bombing reached towns and villages across the nation.
Minun kotini oli sota-aikana Kajaanissa, ja kun siinä oli lähellä nämä Suomussalmen ja Kuhmon rintamat, niin sitä pommitettiin talvisodan aikana lähinnä tammi- ja helmikuussa aika paljon. Välillä hälytyksiä oli niin paljon, että me nukuimme vaatteet päällä, kengät ja päällysvaatteet sängyn vieressä. Ja kun hälytys tuli, niin sitten juoksimme kodin läheisellä kentällä olevaan sirpalesuojaan. Joskus kävi niin päivällä, että koneet tulivat niin yllättäen, että ennätimme vain portaille. Ja kerran näimme, kun koneet tulivat kohti, pudottivat pommeja, naapuritalo sai osuman ja räjähti ja portaille ja pihalle alkoi rapista luotteja.
The intention was not just to kill and destroy. They also meant to instill fear and weaken the defense morale.
Kaikkein pahin pommitus oli helmikuun 7. päivänä vuonna 1940. Se alkoi iltapäivällä siinä 2 maissa ja juoksimme kiireesti suojaan. Tuskin olimme ennättäneet sinne, kun koneet olivat päällä. Ja yli 40 konetta tuli laivueina noin 8 tunnin ajan kaupungin päälle ja pudotti pomminsa kaupungin keskustaan. Me istuimme suojassa, pelkäsimme, maa tärisi ja vavahteli. Ja kun illalla nousimme sitten suojasta, ulkona oli niin valoisaa kuin päivällä, kun 10 talot olivat tulessa.
Even though air raid shelters were built and anti-aircraft artillery was improved, the bombing campaign forced families with children to leave cities for the safety of the countryside. Some 900 Finns perished in the bombing of the Winter War, and 1,100 died in the air raids of the Continuation War. The 3 air raids over Helsinki in February 1944 were the most intensive bombing operations of all the 3 wars. In all, over 2,000 bombers were involved in this mission. The Soviet Union's goal was to force Finland to disengage from the war and sign a peace treaty. Nevertheless, the anti-air defense of Helsinki was already quite good at this stage. Most of the enemy bombers were kept at bay and away from Helsinki by flak barrages, searchlights and decoy fires. Only 5% of the bombs hit their targets inside of the city. The fear of the bombings, the shortage of food and social factors resulted in Finland sending some 75,000 children, the so-called war children, to Nordic countries, mainly Sweden. Approximately 15,000 of them settled abroad. The war forced people in the border districts to evacuate. For most Karelians, this meant permanent internal displacement elsewhere in Finland. The sudden onset of the Winter War meant that some villages close to the border, such as in Suojärvi and Suomussalmi, were captured by the enemy. They were only able to return once the interim peace was signed. During the Continuation War, enemy partisans instilled fear and wreaked havoc among the population along the border. They killed 176 civilians, mainly women and children, in the border villages of northeastern Finland. the Soviet Union dropped some 600 airborne spies and saboteurs known as Desantniks in Finland proper. Their mission was to engage in reconnaissance, disruption, and sabotage. The youth detachments of the Civil Guard, approximately 70,000 Civil Guard boys, carried out sentry duties on the home front. They also operated as couriers, as well as in anti-aircraft and other defense duties. In this way, they gave their fair share to the defense of our independence. All around the home front, people worried about their family members, relatives, and acquaintances fighting on the front lines. The military mail service was a medium by which they could keep in constant touch. The only mailing address available was the number of the military post office and their unit number. Correspondence was continuously monitored through censorship. The military mail service also delivered packages, which mainly contained food items and clothing, such as woolen sweaters, balaclavas, socks, and mittens. Particularly at Christmas time, there were also packages for unknown soldiers, so that as many soldiers as possible would receive their own Christmas gift. The deepest sorrow befell the families whose kin were either killed or wounded. Almost 200,000 Finnish soldiers were wounded in the wars, 90,000 of them seriously. Some 90,000 Finns perished in the wars. Approximately 30,000 women were widowed, and 50,000 children became war orphans. Normally, the pastor of their home parish would deliver the sad news to the family of the fallen. Some families even received this message 2 or 3 times. Finland was the only country in the war which attempted to bring her war heroes back home to be buried in the cemetery of their home parish. The war also brought many shortages. The escalation of the war hampered foreign trade, and the lack of workers reduced domestic production. In the autumn of 1939, the Ministry of Emergency Supply was established. It delivered ration cards and purchase permits, allowing people to buy food items, clothing, shoes, and other ration products. Rationing became increasingly tighter during the Continuation War. Attempts to alleviate shortages were made by issuing compulsory yield directives to farms, developing various ersatz materials, growing vegetables in yards and parks, and keeping domestic animals, as well as through fishing and picking berries and wild mushrooms. Shortages also brought along with them the black market. In spite of punishment and complaints, it was an unavoidable result. While the men were fighting, the home front experienced a shortage of workers. To overcome this problem, the Act on General Work Obligation during wartime was enacted in 1939. In the spring of 1942, it was extended to apply to all citizens between 15 and 69 years of age. Women comprised the bulk of the workforce at factories and farms. Additional workers were provided by students and pupils, ethnic Ingrians, and prisoners of war. In addition, unpaid volunteer work and charitable activities were commonplace.